already. Big game. Good luck and have fun, y'all. Let's count you down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. There was Mari. We got a T. We got a bar. This is the classic Tetris League. And this is Arbaro. We got a huge match going on. One of the things I was trying to say while I was on mute, I'm gonna hype up the match, right? Comment on how big of a match it is, because this one's for Division 1B. But hopefully, I hope don't like throw off the players. If it helps the players, you're both already in the playoffs. So, ooh, nice little Z-tuck spin tuck. That's what you say for Danv. 2 on the board for both players. Let's tell you who they are. On the left side of your screen, out of the United States of America, NTSC PB of 6.05 million. She is a game crasher. Currently sitting at 6-0 in the standings. She is Meme. Number 3 in the Premier Poll. Semi-finalist in CTM for 4 consecutive seasons. She is living large in the moment. On the right side of your screen, out of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, NTSC PB of 3.83 million. Also 6-0 on the Premier Poll. A little bit high on the stock right now. Sorry, also 6-0 in his division. You can't. He's number 14 in the Premier Bowl. He's Danv. 147 for Meme, 101 for Danv. Still a little spicy for Dan. Trying to get this down. These are definitely both like players that well liked in the scene. Danv does a lot of work for CTM, getting their matches up on YouTube. So always really impressive to me when a player is a very high level player and also contributes to all the work that gets done here in the community. Takes a village to keep this whole thing running. Peek saying, Meme eliminated Huff from the playoffs. She's a traitor. For real, for real. Gasp, how could you? 302 for Meme, 164 for Danv. I'm glad that my voice could be pumped into Mari's living room right now. Mari was my co-commentator at CTWC. That was really fun. Hope to do that again. We're about halfway to 19 here. 270 for Meme, 209 for Danv. As alluded to earlier, let me make sure that's right. The winner of this match will win the division. If Meme sweeps, the Meme will be the first overall seed in the playoffs. Both players have already clinched. Hi, Mari. How's it going? Yeah, Knocker saying, I cannot decide who to root for here. I love both these players so much. Yeah, these are all, I feel like I shouldn't cheer for Flavors as a restreamer, but yeah, I find myself, as a viewer, pulling for these two a lot. A little adjustment there for Dan. Lombard Tetris. Meme up by 36,000 points. Does have a couple holes in her stack. Might allow Dan to close the gap here just a little bit. If sweep, yes, no, I talked about this with King. If Meme wins 3-1, then I think Scooty is still first overall seed. The tiebreaker list is in the general chat of the CTL Discord. So here is how the tiebreakers work. Meme has quite a few lines in pocket. It is behind in real-time score now. Yeah, so first tiebreakers match wins. They would both be 7-0. So second one is game difference. They would have the same game difference. They would also have the same game. Next is head-to-head, but that doesn't apply if they're different divisions. The next one is game wins. They would have the same game wins. And the last one is strength of division. So the way strength of division is measured is that they just add up the total number of games played in the division. the logic there is that if we had more games that weren't sweeps, if more deciders, more 3-1 games, then the players will have to have worked harder to get where they're at. So yeah. Tiebreaker is a rap battle. There we go. I don't know who would win in a rap battle. I know that Danv is almost into 29. He's going to score, go in, 540. Meme still has 9 more lines available to her. 535. Keysman saying, Gawa, did you hear him meow? A couple misdrops from Dan. A little bit spicy here early in post. Not actually spicy. He's down pretty low, but we'll drop some pace. Meme looking to reestablish a real-time lead. About to go in, looking for the bar. She will score. She will go into 29 with a 587. And we're off and running. First post of the evening. Afternoon. Evening for Dan. Afternoon for Dan. Or Meme. $662 for Meme. $595 for Dan. Dan. I don't know what's going on with my accent there. Carslive's a good one. Did I say 29, 719? I keep doing that. Get confused between DAS and non-DAS games. Lombard Tetris for Dan goes up to 657, 774 for Meme. Meme now up 6 figures after that dig from Dan. I was wondering what that scraping noise was. I think that was, I can hear memes rolling from through the camera. Lombard Tetris for Dan, 746. Meme at 835. Meme still has over a level of lines and pockets. You're near the... Both players are now past the midpoint of post. Hello, Jasmine. How's it going? Hello, Jasmine. We hear a roll in the living room. So cool. Nice. That is awesome. I'm glad you're all having a good time. Dan is in. It's level 26. 906. Lombard Tetris 940. Not a bad game from Dan. Looking to max before 28 or into 28. Meme. Killing it as always. It's kind of hard to grapple with, or hard to wrap your head around how consistently fantastic Meme has been lately. She's maxed out. Both players have now maxed out. Close score, 1038 to 1044 for Dan after that latest Tetris. But Meme, quite a bit of extra room before she goes into 29. Danv looking to go in soon. One more Tetris available to him. Doesn't get that T rotated correctly. Might be kind of a bad time for it. His setup is clean. Left side a little low. Lombard Tetris going to go in with a 1087. Immediately has to start digging. Needs something to that left side. Needs a bar to that left side. That L doesn't get where it's supposed to go. And that is it. Dan tops out at 1091. Meme is good for game number 1. GG's. Let's see what Meme can do here. Lombard Tetris. She goes in with an 1152. Up pretty high. Doesn't get that square over. Yeah, not really able to do much. Oh, never mind. Spoke too soon. Yeah, okay. That might be it, though. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Meme will take the game. GG's. Yeah, both players a little bit high on the transition, not really getting kind of like a little mini drought there late in 28. Number 2 in 3, 2, 1. Tetris, stock pie, heard meow, gawa meow. He's back there, he's begging for food. A J and a bar will start things off. Game number 2. Had to. Gawa's feeder broke, so I have to give him the food manually. I don't think he's very happy about it. Need to figure out what's wrong with it. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Lombard Tetris for Dan. Meme will also fire off. Nice little adjustment for Dan, getting that bar all the way over, so that he can slot the S in the dependency. Pumpy Heart saying, I can tell it's Marty's setup because meme setup does not have George Washington wearing a ukulele. What? Anyway, sad Galwa. I'll probably give him a little bit of food after this match, but this player's got some Tetris to play. 94 to 74. A little bit of a drought here. Bar is finally going to come. Not before it kind of skews Dan's board. Trying to get out of this without too much digging. Perfect pieces. This one's for the division. Just to remind you, if Meme sweeps Dan, she will have the first overall seed. Otherwise, it's going to go to Blue Scooty. The players are in the playoffs. Players are more or less set. There's only one spot left. It's going to be determined later. Or maybe partially determined later. Sodium will have a chance to clinch it against SV next. $215 for Dan, $237 for Meme. 50 lines in. Their personalities are leaking. My bad, my bad. Real Mario. I like how y'all have to sign your messages because 3 different people are using the same. Yeah. It's great to see Tetris players being friends. Again, we kind of mentioned this earlier in the previous match, but friendship is a thing we support. We love it when people interact with other people in a friendly demeanor. My phone is charging. DocPie, okay. So you're just like passing around a phone or maybe a computer or various devices. Fuckeye saying good luck, hello. There we go. Meme 313. Dan 289. Meme on pace for just around 600,000 transition. Yeah, V not too far behind. Halfway to 19. This is a lot more fun. There you go. Meme getting pieces for her left side. It was a little low, but now it is not. Tetris for both players. They're setting them up and they're knocking them down. 384 to 381. We got a close one. $410 to $427. Very, very good game. I guess that's what you expect out of these players. They've been playing very well. They're both undefeated. I don't know how many times I can say that. Wait, hold on. I just checked the Classic Tetris match database. It's saying Danv and Meme have never played each other. Is that correct? Am I going insane? This is Machigami? Incredible. What was that? Sorry, I missed the adjustment. Pretend I had really witty commentary for it. 550 for Meme, 546 for Dan. We're almost to 29. Or, sorry, I said it again. Almost to 19. Machigami, yeah. Setting up 2 tucks with a single piece. Galaxy Brain stuff. Left roll Tetris for Dan. One more available to him before the transition. We'll need to set up for it. Board a little helter-skelter, but he'll get set up. He's waiting for the Not quite set up, but close. There we go. Meme went into 19 with a... Meme goes into 19 with a 621. Dan has to burn in 594. Meme up by a Tetris and some change. We're into post. Game number 2. Commodore Friday, hello. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Nice emoji. Is that a... I'm not sure what channel that's from. Anyway, Meme uncovers the Vits, gets it. 677 to 723. Few burns from me means Dan now has a real-time points advantage. Jasmine saying, what a Vits. Dan bringing the goods, breaking what Jasmine likes to see. Dan's got to get this board down. Nice chorion thing there. We all clapped. Hootin' and hollering over there in Amari's living room. 760 to 767. It is close, but Dan is high. He's getting the stack down, though. Reopens the well just in time for the bar. He's going to score. And we are very, very close at the moment. Players are trading the lead. Went to level 24. Halfway through post. Hello, Omen Va. Gang's all here. People want to see this match because it's a banger. So far hasn't disappointed. Very, very close here in game number 2. Game number 1 featured some rough RNG going into 29, but Meme had the advantage beforehand. A very, very strong game. This one, both players playing well. So we might see a bit of a deeper game to decide what's going on here. Meme looking to keep her number 1 overall seed bid alive with this game. The winner of it will win Division 1B. In that division win, always nice. Kind of like a nice validation of the fact that, you know, the CTL season is a bit of a slog. Validation that, you know, you're kind of playing that consistently. You're the top. Dan's going to go in with a 1080. Meme goes in with a 1087. It is super, super close. Went to 29. Danv. Center roll setup gets it. Stack was falling apart a bit. Meme trying to get set up. Neither player really getting set up here. Danv going to get clean. Burns all the way to the ground. Both players level 30. Super close. Meme has to get that piece all the way to the left. Dan's set up, but his board is up high. Lots of holes in his stack. He's not going to be able to get anything to take any burns. He's going to top out. Out of 1140, Meme is good for game number 2. Moves up to set point. GG's. He's going to try to collect himself here. Let's see what Meme can do during the mullen. We're not getting a whole lot of bars. That T didn't really want to go where she wanted it to go. Yeah, and the bar left side was a little too high. Not out of it. Yeah, nice 5-tap. Oh my goodness. That was like a 10 high 5-tap on level 34. What am I watching? In 3, 2, 1. Tetris. A T and an S will start us off. Both players 2 on the board here early on. They're both frequent participants in the CTL playoffs. Last season, Meme was the first overall seed, looking to replicate that by winning this game. Ended up going out to Dog in the semifinals. Season before, Danv made it in. Lost in a decider to Blue Scooty, which is impressive, honestly. Not a lot of players have pushed him even that far. Early lead for Meme. Danv had a dig that he had to get out of moderately high, but managed it pretty expediently. That J didn't really go where he wanted it to go. So it might be right back in a dig. 163 to 164. It is close. Kind of been a theme here. Dan's set up 4 off the bottom. Bar ain't coming. There it is. Finally, he's going to get the Tetris. And there's another one. Chopping that stack down. Tetris's. Takes a few more line clears, and just like that, he is clean again. Only really lost about a Tetris of lines. Washingtonian spotted. Yeah, I'm here in Washington State. Gonna go take the biplane to, or sorry, I'm gonna go to a hydrofoil race after this. What are some like stereotypical Washington things? I don't know. Eat some apples. Oh my God, Washington. Speaking of Washington State, we're gonna have a regional here. End of the month, last weekend of March. You should come by. It'll be at the State Fairgrounds in Puyallup, which is outside Tacoma. It'll be a good time. My grandpa is from Yelm, Citrus guy. Welcome in. And he says it exactly the same way. Ronkley in chat. Ronkley will be hanging out here later. He'll be doing the last matches of the CTL season, unless there's one that I don't know about. 406 for me. 335 for Dan. We're over halfway to 19. We have one hell of a promo battle tonight. Yeah, Ronkley is going to be restreaming. Let me pull it up. Coal versus Sodium. So yeah, that could have, depending on how an SV versus Sodium goes, that could have really big consequences. No players. Just about 100 lines in. 475 to 406. Meme holding on to a lead. Meme looking to close out this set. Hope you're having a great day here. This is the last day of the CTL regular season. Always really impressive, the work that Kingsman and his crew do. So many moving parts to CTL. I don't like TMP. Everything overlaps. They always manage to prevent the last part of the season from getting too out of hand. So huge props to them. 478 for Danv, 570 for Meme. Meme kind of pressing her advantage here. She's almost to 29, sorry, almost to 19. I don't know why I keep saying that. Both players about to transition. One of them says they like Washington, and one of them says they like Washington. I feel like Dan goes in at 533. Meme goes in at 619. Another big score from Meme. I feel like the longer I live here, the more I say Washington, the less I say Washington, even though I don't even think I hear it that often. I don't know. I've been in Seattle for 10 years now, so. Shrug. 561 for Dan. Both players, Tetris and away. Scores another one, 586 for him. 671 for me. Another Tetris for Dan. Kind of closing the gap a little bit. Meme has to take some burns low on. Ooh. I'm in for saying a Vits. The Vits alert. $781 to $721. Both players just Tetrising away. Either player given an inch. Lucas saying, I low-key forget that meme isn't British. Why do I keep thinking that? I don't know. Dan's British. And just like British by association here. Meme's up by a little over a Tetris. Close game here. Board got a little high. Dan's was a little unbalanced, but the board is going to come before things get too out of hand. Oh, that JL misdrop, though, could be a little spicy. Got to get the bar and got to get the well reopened to score. 910 to 879, level 25 now. Dan, Dan's been doing a good job when he gets into trouble, just chopping the stack down, getting out of the dig without sacrificing too much pace. Puppy saying, I low-key forget that being a British is a thing. It's just, you know, you have this person, you know, on the internet, and then they just like start talking like, oh wow, you're British, you have an accent. Wow. I guess I have an accent too. We're just talking about it right now. Dan's about to max out. Meme already has 1017 Lombard Tetris. Meme has had a very clean post and built on top of a very solid transition, 600k plus. It's really what you want to see. The consistency pre-19 is really just going to be your bedrock. Going to be how you win those matches. Going to be your bread and butter. And Meme has that. She has the post 29, just an absolute lethal combination. Danv has been doing a good job too. He's going to go in with a 1071 Lombard Tetris. Meme's in at a 1039. There's another Tetris. So 2 on 29 for Dan. He goes to the 30, 10, 1150. Both players have the 1.1. Dan has a slight lead, has a couple misdrops though. Scrambling to get out of this. Meme is clean. She's set up now and she is going to score. Danv fighting for his life here. Lombard gets it over, down by 60,000. 1.2 for Meme. 1233, set up again, going to score. 1271. 1180 for Dan. Dan getting the pieces, but falling a bit further behind here. Does get the Tetris though. Meme doesn't quite get that T all the way over. Hits the 5 tap of the bar. Warrior's creeping up. Dan is set up. There's another Tetris, 1268. So Dan is almost completely cut into this lead. Dan's board is getting a little higher. His turn to try to get out of this. Hits the 5 tap. Great stuff from both players. Dan doesn't get that S all the way over. Gets the 5 tap of the bar. Oh, that T to the right didn't get all the way there, and I think that's it. Dan's going to top out at 1285. Meme is good for game number 3 in this set. Meme is your first overall seed for the second time. The Classic Tetris League playoffs. She's your Division 1B champion. Maury and Dogfight coming in applauding. Great to see their support. You can try to get this down. That's a 1.4. Does can't quite get the 1.5, but she is ecstatic, as she very well should be. Let's get her heart. Let's go over to the winner scene. Get all three of them in there. Oh, that's a sideways meme. Hold on, let's make her less sideways. Transform. Anti-clockwise, there we go. Yeah, love it. Okay, hold on. Get all three of them in there. Hold off. Okay, here we go. Nice. Congratulations, meme. There we go. There's a picture for the ages. Congratulations and good luck to both players for the playoffs. Congrats to Meme, undefeated 7-0 season.
Nicely visible lights. By the way, also Macy finally able to fulfill that witz here. Waited for the locking bar quite a bit. Chiller burns a few lines, but doesn't matter too much for him as Macy had to burn until now. Point was it is 71 for Chiller, 12 for Macy, which means you have like a 60k, so 2.5 Tetris lead here for Chiller. Next Tetris going to Macy. Chiller cleaning up a bit here as we are in the beginnings of level 18. We will have, still 200 lines to go before the maximum speed screen, level 29. Chiller also now having a bit of burn setup here to do, doesn't get the red S piece over, which most likely means a bit of funny situation there. I assume no burns, getting the T-spin. Interesting T-spin solution. Haven't seen that one often before. It's one that works out and can be better than the standard T-spin. It's just not something that most players go for. In the meantime, Macy was able to get ahead by a bit here. It is 131 against 132. So tiny lead here. Well, no longer a tiny lead as we had the exact same points. 134, 134. Next Tetris to Macy. So Macy now building up. Potentially a small lead, but no. Chiller got the next Tetris here. It is neck and neck between these two players. Chiller needs to burn a few lines before being able to go for the next Tetris here, while Macy is just able to stay clean. It has been a bit of a suffer start here for both players. We are at a bit over 50 lines. 167, 182. You definitely want to have like 2 Tetrises mod at this point. Not the worst, not the best. Also, I believe yesterday all of the matches that we had started having a long drought. This game hasn't had that. It's like a 17 now, but yeah, much nicer seats today apparently than we had yesterday. And Macy now having like a 3.5 Tetris lead here. 196, 275. Played a few lines more, so it's, I mean, still 3.5 Tetris lead in points. Now down to a 2.5 Tetris lead at 2 lines apart, so it's 2 Tetris and some change lead here for Macy, I'd say, when it comes to the pace. Oh, nice T-tuck that Chiller did a bit ago. Now set up, for example, for a T-spin tuck and does a double tuck instead. Ooh, that LP is not what Chiller wanted, OP is also not what he wanted here in this situation, which means a few burns here for Chiller. That will allow him, or will most likely allow Macy to get a bigger lead here, depending on long bar timings, of course. And now we have a small drought here, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And 20 is when I'm like, it's actually a drought. So yeah, this is now waiting for the bar to finally fall down. Here's the bar. A 30-piece drought for Macy and for Chiller. Both were able to get a long bar here, meaning Macy wasn't able to use the cleanup situation on Chiller's side to get a bigger lead. And we are currently at 342 against 421. Macy having played a few lines more, so we have like a 4 Tetris lead here. 2.5 Tetris lead here for Macy. 364, 422. And the last, around about 20 lines on level 18, have now approached. We can get a 500k here on Macy's side. Chiller, if played perfectly, I believe could also get the 500k here. But yeah, now the small hole in the stack on Chiller's side, not what he wants when you try to go for as high of a transition as possible. But sometimes you need to do those situations here. And let's see if Macy can get the last points required for the 500k transition. And yeah, here's the Tetris for Macy. So 539 transition for Macy, 539. We are still just down the last possible Tetris, one high, waiting for the last bar as well. And here's the bar, we're at 539 for Macy, 443 for Chiller. So pretty much a 100k lead here for Macy in the transition, which is like 4 Tetrises around about. So nice lead for Macy, but Macy not getting high, doesn't get the long bar over, which means Macy tops out here at the level 19 transition. And Chiller is chasing down to 565, so Chiller you need 566, 566, which is like 45k to go. Less than 2 Tetrises should be possible, but yeah, that long behang here by Macy, as he says in the chat, Lemao. I feel that. Can happen. If it happens once in a match, it's not the worst that can happen. As long as Macy now manages to perform properly. 5 taps on point, definitely 5 taps on point, as they always are. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. And yes, Chiller saying, not if I get there first, and Macy is saying, no! Let's see how the match will go. I would say that both of you have a chance to stay in Division 1. At least in this season. The Division 2 players that I've seen so far are playing amazingly well. So next season is not gonna be any easier. I mean, worst case, one of you gets into Division 2 immediately after this match, and the other person gets into Division 2 after the relegation match, because we have the conditional relegation happen. And Simul Tetris. Corey saying, I want you my division. I mean, doesn't everyone want an amazing guy like Macy in their division, giving us the thumbs up as well? Yeah, 136 against 95, so we have around about a 2 Tetris lead here for Chiller in the beginning. And Chiller giving us one more thumbs up. I like that on level 18 speeds, player can do a bit of fun stuff, you know, giving us thumbs up, stuff like that. And the nice aspect of NTSC Tetris is you have the kinda chill 18, you have the 19 where you still want to be as aggressive as possible, but you actually need to pay attention to your stack and not get too high and stuff like that. And then we just have the level 29 speed, where it's still a bit of fighting for survival for all players. Or most players. Yeah, you can say that players like Scooty no longer fighting for survival there, but in general, I love how NTSC Tetris has these 3 different and unique phases when you're rolling. Of course, when you're desk players, level 18 is when you play aggressive, but you still have to pay attention to your stack. And level 19 is the fast speed where you can't afford a single mistake. I just love the dynamics here. And yeah, we're now at 50 lines for both players, 298 for Chiller and 240 for Macy, so 2 good games here and a pretty amazing pace here so far for Chiller. We can see the 95% Tetris rate. This is some of the highest Tetris rate that we have seen here in Division 1. But might turn around depending on how the next pieces come on Chiller's side. But yeah, no, he does get the pieces to solve that kind of weird SO situation here. Into one more, and yeah, now a 96% Tetris rate. Oh, and once again having a dependency here, getting the L into T piece. Perfect pieces here for Chiller, by the way. And even the small drought here of 16 pieces doesn't change anything. Now at 412 against 298 for Macy, so Macy is around about 5 Tetrises behind Chiller now at, yeah, 113 deficit. 67, 64% Tetris rate. Still a good game here for Macy, it's just that Chiller's game so far has been pretty much the best you can hope for. Yeah, 96% Tetris rate, this this is such an amazing game here for Chilla. I mean, the single here, we're gonna see it in the Tetris percent rate drop, 1% drop just by getting a single at 84 lines. And simul Tetris. Yeah, 354 here for Macy. 481 here for Chilla, now up to a 5.5 Tetris lead. And again, Macy has been playing quite nice here so far. Oh, Chilla high played too aggressive. Lomba just didn't arrive in time and is topping out. That's the risk of playing too aggressive. You can just top out even on 18. Which means Macy now has a small chase down and is Chilla's saying unfortunate, definitely unfortunate. I mean, you played amazingly well until that point. It's just that, who was it? Icarus also flew too high to the sun. Which means we will probably have a 1-1. Macy's still not winning here so far. He has about 2.5 Tetrises left to go. Which of course you can just line out if you play 19. But you're now down to less than a Tetris lead here. And you can go like a triple or so and just get the 1-1 here. And Tetris into 1-1 for Macy. A 3-2-1 Tetris. And whoever loses this, I believe, is gonna face off against Luzi or Doodle. Yeah, looks like that to me. Which means you're gonna have one match. If you lose this, that will decide if you win this. That will decide if you stay in Division 1 or not. And we open having a long drought, 27 pieces here. Macy's board and Chilla's board both not looking that great here. Chilla's board is easier to clean up. Macy's gonna have a bit of burning, like long burning here to do. Whereas Chilla is like 2 pieces away from being open, but Chilla missed up that L piece. Which means Macy might also... Can Macy get out of this, by the way? Let's see. Okay, he gets the long bar. Macy has won the game, but let's see if he could... Okay, he's still managing this. I just want to see if he can get out of this. No, he also tops out. That's at least the case for me. So let's start the match point for Macy here. It's gonna be a 3-2-1 Tetris. If Macy wins this, he has a chance to stay in Division 1. So Macy definitely wants to win this game as well. Let's see if maybe we can now get a bit kinder game for these players. Chilla already having not the best start. Now having the J-Tag on the right side. Maybe also going for a spin. Now getting the J-Tag into Tetris. Also having a spin tag. Yeah, spin tag here by Chilla into another tag. Now wanting, for example, an L piece here. Another L piece now here in 5-6. Going for the double S piece tag. J piece not exactly perfect here, but yeah, Chilla having a bit of a tougher opening here board-wise, but managed to get ahead by a tiny bit here in the points by playing a bit more efficiently in the burnings so far. But yeah, now Macy getting the next Tetris, which means Macy is set now by around about 1.5 Tetrises, while Chilla is still kind of cleaning this up, getting the long bar and Tetris for the cleanup, which means Chilla is now in pretty much a standard board position. Is ready for the next Tetris, getting the bar and Tetris to Chilla. And one more Tetris here to Macy now. 102 for Chilla, 139 for Macy. Yeah, see if you can get this match point to level 29. Would be the first level 29, and I would love to see these players perform in 29 under match conditions today. Next Tetris to Chilla, so it's still neck and neck here, but 90% Tetris rate for Macy. Simul Tetris here, let's see if Macy can kind of repeat what Chilla had in game number 2. Where he had like a 90+% Tetris rate on 88 lines. I believe it was a 98% Tetris rate. Next Tetris to Macy. And one more to Macy. Chilla also getting the Tetris here. And point-wise, so far these have been 2 pretty decent games. Chiller being a bit high. Gonna start the burns now, which means not able to use the long bar here for Tetris. While Macy is staying clean and low in the stack. Small drought here that turns into a Tetris on Macy's side. And Chiller's just falling behind here due to the burns that he had to do. Going for a Witz here, meaning you need to tuck the IPs as Chiller didn't do here because he got Tetris instead. Which means one more long bar would be nice for Chiller. Chiller's right side got a bit high here for a second. Yeah, now waiting for the next bar on Chiller's side. Now you can see the Witz fulfilled. Witz simply means vertical IPs tuck set up. We are just trying to tuck the eyepiece under there, so push it under there, and we can see it repeated now once again on Chiller's side. One of the fancy moves that players like to do sometimes, because it's a pretty good way for many pieces to place them. Looks a bit funky, but it works out as we can see on Chiller's side. Only downside is that you need 2 long bars for Tetris instead of 1, because you need to fill in the Witz first. And if you don't get the long bar in time, Witzes are also pretty easy to clean up, just 1 or 2 burns normally. Like you burn the J roof off and then you have a standard board as we can see on Chiller's side. So yeah, point wise by the way it's 368 against 398. So Macy's aggression got a bit lower here over the past lines as he has also been burning a bit. But still Tetris and some change lead here for Macy. Next Tetris, next Simul Tetris even. 1.5 Tetris lead in points or 2.5 Tetris lead in pace here for Macy. I believe misplacing that LPs here. Flat would have been a pretty nice solution. And next Simul Tetris. Only a single burn for Macy to clean this up. And as we can see, Macy pretty much in a clean position here. Chiller also in a clean position after that Witz being fulfilled. And we are less than 30 lines away from the transition to level 19. Which is the second 19 in this matchup. We had 2 unfortunate early-ish top outs. One happened here. So I'd love to see level 19 and 29 action. Okay, Chiller's board now needing a few pieces for spins or tucks, depending on what piece arrives. Yeah, we can see the spins here on Chiller's side. And now a tuck and a Tetris into 514 against 543. Also a line spin there on Chiller's side and one more Witz. Yeah, Chiller does love his Witzes here. He is a really funny guy. Context, Witz in German spelled W-I-T-Z or Z means joke, so yeah, it's pronounced Witz as well. And Chiller is saying, what a sequence for Chiller. Yeah, sequence-wise, finally a good game here for these players. 580-ish transition for Chiller, not getting the yellow SPs over. 586, we have Macy at 637, which means like a 50-60 KD here in the transition for Macy. So 2 Tetrises and some change lead for Macy. Center Tetris here for Chiller, just going for one more here. Of course, center wells on level 19 aren't the toughest to go for. The game is still slow enough, but small LPs misdrop here on Chiller's side. And these misdrops and resulting burns can add up to just falling behind in points. Next Tetris to Macy, 703 for Chiller, 719 for Macy. And one more Witz here for Chiller. Macy, from what I see, is just able to stay clean pretty much most of the time here all game long. While Chiller does get into these a bit tougher situations to play, but oftentimes is able to clean them up fast, quickly and nicely. Simul Tetris here, but Chiller once again having a few misdrops, which will mean a few burns. Macy now have a long bar dependency and cut him one as well, getting the bar, and long bar dependency is filled in. LJ dependency also solved into a Tetris here on Macy's side into 861. Set up and next Tetris to Macy, 890 against 802. We're at 186 and 178 lines, so we have about 2 Tetrises played less, or no, 3 Tetrises played less on Macy's side. Macy also doing a few burns now due to the right side being closed. Is open once again, next Tetris to Macy, and level 28 is slowly but surely approaching the end, as we only have a few levels left to go. We are about halfway done at level 19 speeds here. Next Tetris to Macy, and one more to Chiller. 960 for Chiller, 991 here to Macy,